Jai Hind, dear students. Today we are going to learn another topic from accounting for share capital. Over subscription of shares. Over subscription of shares. So please don't forget to watch up to the end. Very important area from the board exam point of view also. Oversubscription means company issues some number of shares. For example, suppose the company issues 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each and the public is applying for 15,000 shares. So company actually need only 10,000 share and the public applies for 15,000 shares. So there is an extra application for 5,000 shares coming. That is known as oversubscription of shares. When the public applies for more than the shares issued by the company is known as oversubscription of shares. So we can adjust that extra number of application that company gets from the public in two different ways. The company receives application more than the shares actually offered to the public. In that condition, the company can use different methods to adjust the extra number of shares they are getting. First one is they can accept some application in full and totally reject the remaining application. For example, as per our examples, we can accept 12,000 out of 15,000. We can accept 12,000 application and we can reject the 3,000 application. When we reject, we have to return the money to the applicants. And another method is very important. We can make pro rata allotment. We can give these 10,000 application for the whole applicants in a proportionate way. We can give the who were applied for 15,000 shares. Number of people will be low. It is not 15,000. It will be maybe 100 people, 1,000 people like that. We can give the 10,000 application in a proportionate manner to the 10,000 or 1,000 applicants. Hence, we can adjust like that without rejecting the extra application. Or we can adopt the combination of these two methods. We can adopt the combination of the above said two methods. Combination means we can accept certain applicants in full and we can reject some application and remaining we can allot in a pro rata basis. So that is the technique we are going to adopt and it will be very clear by solving the remaining upcoming problems. So remember the concepts regarding oversubscription. If the extra application is rejected, we can pass the entry. The entry is what? When we are collecting the amount, bank account attached to share capital. When we are rejecting share, when we are collecting the money, bank account attached to share application. When we are rejecting, share application account attached to bank. The first entry will be reversed. That entry will be passed to reject the extra collected application money. Share application account attached to bank is the entry. If we are making pro rata allotment, the entry will be, if we are making pro rata allotment, the entry will be share application account attached to share allotment. That indicates extra application money is adjusted towards application. Already we have noted in the previous video these two entries. Share application to bank for rejection and share application account attached to share allotment. Or sometimes if the extra money is application money is adjusted in first call also, we can say share application to share allotment to share first call like that. So pro rata allotment, when the directors opt to make a proportionate allotment to all applicants. That means 10,000 shares are issued to the applicants of 15,000 shares in a proportionate manner. 100 for one person, 1,000 for one person, 500 for one person, like that. If you are issuing and satisfying all the applicants, that is known as pro rata allotment. The excess application money received is normally adjusted towards the amount due on allotment. You know very well, when we adjust the excess application money, received, that will be adjusted towards the allotment, and remaining only will be collected from the applicants. It will be clear by solving some problems. So remember what is pro rata allotment. So from this question we are going to learn how to adjust the excess application received by the company by the combination of rejection and pro rata allotment. Please read the question carefully. Janata Purpose Limited invited application for 1 lakh shares. Remember that they invited application for 1 lakh shares, 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 25 each. So the face value of the share is rupees 25, and they collected money on application time. The minimum subscription amount rupees 5, 1 lakh into 5, that they demanded. Allotment time they collected that 1 lakh into 7.50. First call they collected 7.50, and the second call rupees 5. In this way they collected the 25 rupees. But they received application for 4 lakh shares. Actually the company need only 1 lakh into 25. 25 lakh they needed, but they received application for 4 lakh shares. It is known as oversubscription. On January 1st, 2017, they received 4 lakh shares. Allotment was made on February 1st, 2017. Dates are not much important. The directors totally rejected. Remember, the directors totally rejected 2 lakh application. They totally rejected 2 lakh application. So we have to pass the entry. What? Share application accounted to bank 2 lakh into the application money 5, and accept full application. Accept full application for 80,000 shares. So out of total 4 lakh, 2 lakh is rejected. So what is remaining? Remaining 2 lakh shares are there. From 2 lakh shares, for the applicants of 80,000 shares, they given full number of shares. What we required, 1 lakh is the shares, amount for 1 lakh shares is required. Out of 1 lakh, 80,000 collected by giving full share for that applicant. Who applied for 80,000 shares? The company given 80,000. So from 4 lakh, 2 lakh rejected, and from remaining 2 lakh, 80,000 is given as fully paid up. And what is remaining? 1,20,000 applications. Remaining is there 1,20,000 applications. Just read here, a pro rata allotment. A pro rata allotment means a proportionate allotment of the 20,000 shares. That indicates the applicants for 1,20,000 shares, the company given only 20,000 shares. For the applicants of 1,20,000 shares, they given 20,000 shares. For the remaining applicants, remaining means 1,20,000. The persons applied for 1,20,000 shares, they given only 20,000 shares. So out of 4 lakh, 2 lakh rejected, And for the applicants of 80,000, they're given 80,000. And 80 out of 1 lakh 80,000 is adjusted, and remaining 1 lakh 20,000, the applicants for 1 lakh 20,000, the company issued 20,000 shares, that is pro rata allotment. So we have to pass the journal entry. Also remember, the excess application money, the excess application money is to be adjusted towards allotment and calls. If there is any excess application money, definitely there is excess application money, that will be adjusted towards what? The allotment time and call money receiving time. So remember all these very important problem, very difficult to solve these type of problems. Definitely we can face these type of problems in the board exam. So first entry will be bank account debtor to equity share application. Bank account debtor to equity share application, 4 lakh into 5. 4 lakh is the number of shares we are getting, application we are getting, into 5. So 20 lakh. 20 lakh is the amount we will get from the applicants, total applicants. As a minimum subscription, we will get 4 lakh into 5. Second, what we have to do? We have to reject the excess application. Here, the rejection, pro rata allotment entry, all the entries are combined here. Actually, what we needed, 1 lakh into 5. In share capital, what we needed? 1 lakh into 5. So 5 lakh. Out of the 20 lakh received, we are transferring 5 lakh into company's share capital. And equity share application to bank, third entry. Here all the entries are combined. Please don't get confused. And the second entry will be equity share application to bank, the entry for rejection. So what is the entry? 2 lakh shares they are rejected. So 2 lakh into 5. Actually, we have to get 10 lakh in the rejection, but here it is 11 lakh. That we are going to learn how to get the 11 lakh, how we are getting the 1 lakh 50,000, how we are getting 2 lakh 50,000. Through some steps we are going to learn. So don't forget to watch the steps. It's very important. Definitely there will be some confusion. Please watch this video again and again. Think very critically to develop the concepts. So in this entry, how the excess the entry equity share application to equity share allotment is what? Pro rata allotment entry. Excess application money adjusted in allotment. But in this problem, it is very clear, the excess application money is adjusted in allotment and in calls. First call and the second call. Just look at here, the excess application money is to be adjusted towards allotment and calls to be made. Remember that points. So how we have to collect this 1 lakh 50,000, how to calculate the 2 lakh 50,000, that we are going to learn through the calculation. So actually we will get 20 lakh. Out of 20 lakh, we transferred 5 lakh to share capital. So remaining is 15 lakh. From 15 lakh, the maximum amount we can transfer to allotment is what? For the 20,000 shares. So 20,000 into 7.5 is what? 1 lakh 50,000. 20,000 is the pro rata allotment made shares. So 20,000 into 1 lakh 50,000, that is the maximum we can adjust towards the equity share allotment. So 20,000 is the pro rata allotment shares, 80,000 is fully paid up. So in equity share allotment, that 20,000 into 1.50. So from 15 lakh minus 1 lakh 50,000, remaining is 13 lakh 50,000. 13 lakh 50,000. Maximum we can adjust 1 lakh 50,000. Remaining will be transferred to what? The adjustment in calls in advance. But look at that. The call money is where? Call money for this 20,000 share. What is that? 7.50 plus 5, 12.50. 7.50 plus 5, 12.50. So maximum from that excess application money, the maximum what we can adjust in calls in advance, how we can find that amount? The maximum amount we can adjust from the excess application money at the time of calls in advance, that is 20,000 into 20,000 into first call money into second call money. First call money plus second call money, not into 20,000 into first call money plus second call money. That means 20,000 into 12.50. That is written here 2,50,000. So after deducting share capital, remaining is 15 lakh. From 15 lakh, we are deducting the amount adjusted in allotment, 1,50,000, and the amount adjusted in calls in calls means first call and second call. Remaining is what? 15 lakh minus 4 lakh, or we can say 15 lakh minus 1,50,000 or minus 2,50,000. Remaining is what? 11 lakh. So we will write, normally we will write what? 2 lakh into 5, that is the amount rejected. This case very clearly explains that even after transferring share capital and also after adjusting in share allotment and after adjusting in first call and the second call, there is 11 lakh. 11 lakh is the money remaining in the share application received in advance. Share application money. Application money maximum they collected with as subscription, isn't it? So definitely that unadjustable amount 11 lakh will be refunded to the customers, refunded to the applicants. So that is the thing. Equity share application 20 lakh, to equity share capital 5 lakh, to equity share allotment 1,50,000, to calls in advance 2,50,000, to bank 11 lakh. So in this way, we have adjusted the oversubscription of shares. At the time of, before the time of allotment, we have adjusted all the oversubscribed, the 3 lakh excess application we have adjusted. And my dear students, please remember the excess application money adjusted at the time of allotment and first call and second call, that is combinedly written as calls in advance. It will be deducted when we receive the allotment money and call monies. Next entry, equity share allotment to equity share capital 1 lakh into 7.5. 1 lakh into 7.5. The entry for allotment money due. So we have to get 7,50,000 at the time of allotment. We have to get 7,50,000 into 7,50,000 at the time of allotment, but already there is an allotment money. There is an allotment money adjusted from excess application 1,50,000. So after deducting that amount, we will get only 6 lakh in the bank. Just look at here, bank account debtor to equity share allotment 6 lakh, because already from the amount we have to get 7,50,000, already we got rupees 1,50,000 in advance. That will be deducted. So bank account debtor to equity share allotment, the amount received for the allotment money is 6 lakh. Next, the equity share first call due entry. That also same, equity share first call account letter to equity share capital amount 1 lakh is the application into 7.50. So we have to get 7,50,000. But here also already we have adjusted some extra application money for first call and second call. So from that extra application money, what is adjusted for calls first call? That is 1,50,000. 1,50,000. The calls in advance adjusted from the excess application money. Adjusted from the excess application money. So bank account debtor, calls in advance account debtor to equity share first call is the entry. So after adjusting the excess application money from 1,70,50,000, the remaining will be get in the bank. The remaining amount will be collected from the applicant. 6 lakh will be collected from the applicant in bank. Like the same, what is the next entry? Due entry for equity share first call and final call. Second call and final call. Not first, it is second and final call. Account debtor to equity share capital. 1 lakh into 5 we have to get. 1 lakh into 5 we have to get. So entry will be equity share second and final call account debtor to equity share capital 5 lakh. The due entry. The due entry. So what is the last entry? Bank account debtor 4 lakh. Calls in advance account debtor 1 lakh. To equity share second and final call 5 lakh. I am not noted here. Remember that entry, please note in your notes. Bank account debtor 4 lakh. Calls in advance, the extra money collected from the share applicants, that is 1 lakh. It is adjusted from application money at the time of receiving second call money. So already we got 1 lakh. After deducting that, we will get 4 lakh in our bank. So bank account debtor 4 lakh, calls in advance 1 lakh, to equity share capital 5 lakh. So this is the concept regarding the adjustment of excess application money received. That is known as over subscription of shares. I hope it is very clear. Any confusions, please note it and ask me in my comment box. You are always welcome to ask such doubts. My dear students, another topic from this issue of shares is under subscription of share. In the previous section, we learned about over subscription of shares, but here it is under subscription. Like from my example, 10,000 shares were issued, but we are getting only 8,000 applications. The maximum number of applications we are getting from the collected application is 8,000. That is known as under subscription of shares. In that case, we have to consider only what is the number of shares we are receiving, what is the number of application we are receiving. Under subscription is a situation where the number of shares applied for is less than the number of which applications have been invited. That is under subscription. So we will write in bank account debtor to share application that 8,000 into application money, share application to share capital, what we have received will be transferred to share capital. Again, the due entry, share allotment account debtor to share capital 8,000 into allotment money. When we receive the amount in bank account debtor to share allotment 8,000 into allotment money, like that we will write. Remember, under subscription, and in that situation we have to consider only what is the number of application we are getting. No need to consider what the company issued to the public. So remember, and very important area, normally shares are issued at par. Par mean its original value, maybe 100 or 10, like that. It's par value, face value, or nominal value we are saying. That is the term we are using. That is issue of shares at par. Suppose if the shares are issued at more than its face value. Suppose I am issuing 10,000 shares at rupees 100. 100 is the face value. If I am issuing that to the public at rupees 100, that is shares issued at par. Suppose I am issuing that same number of shares, 10,000 shares at rupees 120. 120 means a single shares price is 120. That is more than its face value. 20 rupees is the more than its original value. That is known as issue of shares at a premium. And another concept is issue of shares at discount, but it is deleted from syllabus. Why? Because as per the amended sections of the Companies Act of 2013, it is not allowed to the company to issue shares at discount. Discount means less than the original value. It will create loss to the company at the time of redemption of its shares. So the next topic we are going to learn is issue of shares at a premium. It is the issue of shares at an amount more than the nominal value or par value of the shares. The premium amount is credited to the securities premium account. So the additional amount collected from the applicant will be transferred to a new account known as securities premium reserve account. Securities premium reserve account, or we are using securities premium account. Remember, we will record only actually what we needed in the share capital, that is 10,000 into 100. The extra 10,000 into 20 will be transferred to the new account known as securities premium account. And remember, that is recorded in the balance sheet under the heading reserve and surplus. So that is the concept regarding issue of shares. So the common entries included in the shares issued at premium. Remember, the premium, if it is adjusted at the time of application, first entry will be the normal entry. First entry will be the normal entry, that is bank account letter to share application, what we are writing. If the premium amount is collected at the time of along with the application money, entry will be share application account letter to share capital. As per our example, bank account letter to share application. Suppose 10,000 shares were issued at rupees 120. 100 is the face value, but 120 is the including premium. Rupees 20 is the premium amount, including premium they collected 120. And at the time of the application money, they collected 50, including premium they collected 50. So bank account letter to share application 10,000 into 50, 5 lakh we will write. After transferring that amount to share capital with the securities premium reserve, in that entry, share application 5 lakh to share capital 10,000 into 30 to securities premium 10,000 into 20. The premium amount will be transferred to securities premium reserve account, not in the capital account. And like the same, if the amount of premium is collected at the time of allotment with the amount of allotment, entry will be share allotment account letter to share capital to securities premium account to securities premium account. So in like in the case 10,000 shares, 100 is the face value, they collected with the premium 20, 50 on application, 40 on allotment including premium, remaining in the first call. Including premium at the time of allotment means 40. 40 includes premium also. So 20 plus 20. So 10,000 into 40, 4 lakh in share allotment, to share capital 10,000 into 20, 2 lakh, to securities premium 10,000 into 20, 2 lakh. Like that we will write. and the full amount will be received. 4 lakh will be received in the bank at the time of allotment. Bank account at share allotment 10,000. 4 lakh. Okay. So this is the entry we have to note, and it will depend upon the situation. Depend upon the situation, as per the question, we have to collect and write the entry. If it is collected at that time of allotment, we have to write the first two entries, and if it is collected at the time of allotment, we have to adjust the amount of money of securities premium with the due entry of share allotment. From this problem, it will be very clear. Jupiter Company Limited issued 35,000 equity shares of rupees 35,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, and at a premium of rupees 2. Premium amount is what? They issued at a premium of rupees 2, and they collected rupees 3 on application. 3 on application, and rupees 5 on allotment. Here it is mentioned including premium. That means the premium amount is collected. That means the premium amount is collected along with the allotment money. 2 is the premium. 2 plus 3, that is 5, that is collected with the allotment, and the balance in the first and final call. So 10 plus 2, 12. Out of 12, 3 collected on application. Remaining is what? 9. Out of 9, 5 is collected on allotment. Remaining is 4. That you will receive at the time of first and final call. The issue was fully subscribed. All the money was duly received. We have to record the journal entry. Look at this. Bank account debtor. First entry, bank account debtor to equity share application. The entry for money received for 35,000 shares into application money 3, 1,05,000. And that is transferred to share capital, equity share application to equity share capital, 1,05,000. Next, we are writing the due entry with the securities premium. Due entry with the securities premium. Equity share allotment to equity share capital to securities premium reserve account. 35,000 into 5, that is 1,75,000. Out of 35,000 into, out of 5, we are transferring 3 into share capital. So 35,000 into 3, 1,05,000 in transferred to share capital. Remaining premium amount rupees 2, 35,000 into 2 will be transferred to securities premium reserve rupees 70,000. In this way, we have to adjust the premium amount. And in this question, the premium amount is adjusted at the time of allotment. And remaining entries are what we have collected. Bank account debtor to equity share allotment, the full money with the premium 35,000 into 5, 1,75,000. Remaining amount will be collected through the first and final call. So due entry, equity share first and final call account debtor to equity share capital, 35,000 is the number of shares into call money 4. So 1,40,000. And when we receive the amount, bank account debtor to equity share first and final call amount 1,40,000. So my dear students, this is the way we have to adjust the premium amount. Premium amount. Welcome my dear students. Today in this video lesson you are going to learn very important area, a formal question we can expect from this video. In this area we are learning issue of shares for consideration other than cash. You know very well, shares are issued by the company for raising cash from the public. But sometimes in some specific situation, the company will issue shares to meet some liability, maybe for the purchase of some fixed asset. If the company is not able to pay the amount, they will issue shares. 4 different cases are there. We are going to learn. One case is when the company purchases a fixed asset and agrees to pay some amount of share to the seller. Here we are using the term vendor. So that is the first case. Purchases a fixed asset in on credit and they are issuing that shares to that seller without paying any cash, without paying or receiving any cash. Another case is sometimes one running company will purchase another running company. Another running company. One company will purchase another running company. So in that case, they will get lot of asset from that company which is purchased, and also sometimes the company have to pay liability also. If any liability for that purchasing company have, it will be paid by the company who is purchasing, and for that they will issue shares. So remember, first case is for the purchase of machinery, second case is the for purchase of a running company, third case, you know very well, in the first year you learned about the concept of incorporation of a company. There will be one person known as promoter who will undertake all the activities related to the promotion of a company. All the activities related to the promotion of a company. That promoter will spend lot of amounts as promotion cost or incorporation cost during that time. So the company normally issues shares. Instead of paying cash to the promoter, the company will issue shares to the promoter. That is another case. And the last case, you know very well, the company starts when they get the certificate of commencement of business or certificate of incorporation. After that, the promoter again helps the company to funds, raise funds by the issue of shares. Suppose your company issues lot of shares to the public. Some number of shares you are issued through the process completed after noting, registering your company's name in the listing your company's name in the stock exchange, stock market. You distributed some number of shares to the public, but after certain period, the public, no one is coming to purchase your company's shares. You know, lot of agents are there in the stock market. One person is like that underwriter, an agent who approaches you and asking some money as commission when that underwriter purchases the shares from you, and he will sell all the shares to the investors, and he will help you to collect all the money on the shares issued to the public. In that moment, you have to pay some amount of commission to the underwriter. You have to pay some amount of commission to the underwriter. So if you are paying the shares or distributing the shares through the underwriter, you have to pay certain amount of commission to the underwriters. But instead of paying the cash to the commission, cash for settling the commission, suppose if you are issuing shares to the underwriters, that is another situation where shares are issued consideration other than cash. So first one is for the vendor or the seller of machinery on credit. Second one, when you are purchasing another running company. Third case, to meet the incorporation expense, you are paying or issuing shares to the promoter. And fourth case is what? You are issuing shares to the underwriter's commission. So the common entries we have to write. When we purchase the asset on credit, you know very well, asset account debtor to vendor's account. Asset account is increasing, so debited. To vendor's account means creditor's account increasing, credited. After that, we have to write the entry vendor's account debtor to share capital. Vendor's account debtor to share capital, that is the entry we are writing. we are writing when we issue shares to the vendor, the entry will be vendor's account added to share capital. That means shares issued at par. Remember, the shares issued at par when the shares are issued to the vendor at par. And this case is not allowed because when shares are issued at discount, this case is now rejected. No company is allowed to issue shares at a discount. So no need to learn the third case. Fourth case, when shares are issued at premium. When shares are issued at premium, shares are issued at premium to the vendor, we have to be very careful to find out the number of shares, and the journal entry is vendor's account debtor to share capital to securities premium account. Whatever it may be, the amount paid to this person will be what the company actually pays. We will find the number of shares issued at premium, then we will adjust the amount in this journal entry. Remember the journal entry, we are going to solve one problem. Atlas Company Limited purchased a machine from HMT Company for 64,000. 64,000. So who is the vendor? HMT Company is the vendor. And they immediately paid rupees 10,000. They paid 10,000 in cash, and the remaining balance will be paid by the issue shares of rupees 10 each. Balance will be paid means 54,000 will be paid by collecting by issuing shares of rupees 10 each. 54,000 divided by 10, 5,400 shares will be issued to the HMT company at rupees 10. We have to write the entry if the shares are issued at par or if the shares are issued at premium of 20% to HMT Company Limited. So remember the entry. First entry is for the purchase of machinery. Here 10,000 is paid, so we are writing a combined entry. When we pay the 10,000, machinery account attached to bank or cash, that is the entry. And when we purchase it on sales, machinery account attached to creditors account or vendors account. So we are writing a combined entry. Compound entry we are writing, that is machinery account attached 64,000 original amount to the amount of creditors 54,000, and what we paid to the creditors, that is 10,000. So actually the shares will be issued for this 54,000. So total 60,000 is the value. And look at the second entry. When the company issues shares at par, company issues shares at par. So HMT Company Limited vendors account debtor 54,000 to share capital amount will be the same 54,000. It is the normal issue issued at par. And the second case, when the shares are issued at premium. So you know very well, rupees 10 is the face value or nominal value, and it is issued at rupees 2 plus as premium. So 12 is the value of shares. So we have to find out the number of shares issued for this 54,000. Number of shares issued for this 50,000. How we can calculate the number of shares? That is, number of shares is equal to 54,000 divided by face value. Here it is face value 10 plus 2. The original value of share is 12. So we will get 4,500 as the number of shares. So whatever it may be, 4,500 into 12, 54,000, and share capital amount will be 4,500 into 10. 4,500 into 10, the original value, nominal value. 2 is the premium value. So 4,500 into 2, 9,000 will be transferred to securities premium account. Here it is very important calculation of what number of shares. It is very important. Remember that how we are calculating the number of shares issued at premium. So this is the entries, different entries we have to write. The shares are issued to a vendor for the purchase of machinery. Next one is something different. A company issued 15,000 fully paid up equity shares. 15,000 fully paid up means the total amount is collected by the company. Fully paid up equity shares of rupees 100 each. So 15,000 is the number of shares into 100 is the value of each share. What is the purpose? For the purchase of the following asset and liability from the Gupta Bros. Asset and liability means they are purchasing an existing company. So my dear students, it is the another case. In this company purchases already existing company. One company purchased the already existing Gupta Bros company, and there includes in that Gupta Bros company include planned 3,50,000, stock another asset 4,50,000, land and building 6 lakh, and a liability is there for 1 lakh rupees for the creditors. They are paying 15,000 into 100. That means 15 lakh they are paying for the shareholders. So what is the entry we have to write? Critical thinking is needed to solve this problem. Normal entry will be asset account debtor. Please note asset account debtor to liability account to Gupta Bros, or we can say to vendors account. Asset account debtor to liability account to vendors account. When the shares are issued, vendors account debtor to share capital is the entry. So what will be the first entry? Please look at here. Only 3 assets are there. Plant 3,50,000, stock 4,50,000, land and building 6 lakh. So this is the entry we are writing. First we are writing plant account debtor, asset account debtor to liability to vendor account is the entry. So first asset plant account debtor 3,50,000, land and building account debtor 6 lakh, stock account debtor 4,50,000. Actually, it is not there in the question. And then we are noting the credit aspect. Creditors 1 lakh. And what is the actual amount paid for the Gupta Bros? 15 lakh. So total what is the amount coming? 1 lakh plus 15 lakh, 16 lakh is coming. But only asset available is what? It is only for 14 lakh. So when we write the entry like this, if the difference is coming on the asset side, we will write goodwill account. BF means balancing figure. It is 2 lakh. The balancing figure is coming in the asset side or debit aspect. We will write it is goodwill. It is another asset. For example, if the difference is coming in the credit aspect, when we calculate the total of all these, including goodwill, we are getting 16 lakh and nothing is there in the creditors, and Gupta Bros 15 lakh. So there is a difference of 1 lakh. Then the balancing figure will be written here to capital reserve. It is a capital gain to capital reserve. That means while the company purchases the assets of another company 16 lakh, they paid only 15 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh will be transferred to capital reserve. That is the entry you have to remember. So we can write the entry again. Common general entry we can write it again. Asset account debtor, goodwill account debtor to liability account to that vendors account. Or if the difference is coming in the credit side, then we can write asset account debtor to liability account to capital reserve account to the vendors account. And the second entry in this question, Gupta Bros account debtor to equity share capital account. What is that? The amount of shares issued to the Gupta Bros. So this is the case example for one company purchases another running company and issues shares. No money is paid as cash, only issue of shares. This is the last problem from this area. Here we are writing the entry for under subscription that amount paid for the shares issued to the underwriters, and shares issued for the promoters. So Light Lamp Limited issued 50,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Shares of rupees 10 each as fully paid up to the promoters for their services to set up the company. Light Lamp issued to that company 50,000 into 10 for 5 lakh. It also issued 2,000 shares. The company again issued 2,000 shares of rupees 10 each to the underwriters. Remember, underwriters of shares for their services. Underwriters are the person who undertake and help the company to issue their shares which are not collected by the public. So two different problems are there, two different cases are there. One share 50,000 into 10 issued for the promoters, and the second is the shares issued to the underwriters. So look at the solution. First entry, only one entry is there for the issue of shares to the promoters. That will be incorporation expense account at to share capital. Incorporation expense account at to share capital. That is the first case. Only one case, one entry. 5 lakh is the amount issued to the promoters. 5 lakh is the number of value of shares issued to the promoters. Another case is what? For the payment of underwriting commission to the underwriter. Underwriting commission to the underwriter. So first entry will be for the payment of underwriting commission, and the second entry will be for the issue of shares. So what is actually amount we have to pay? The company have to pay 20,000 as the underwriting commission to the underwriters. It is due entry, not paid. It is the due entry. The company have to pay 20,000 as underwriting commission, but the company issues shares to the underwriters for that number of or the value of shares. So to underwriters account at to share capital 20,000. That is the second entry. That is the second entry when shares are issued to the underwriters. Underwriters accounted to share capital. So my dear students, these all are the different cases where the company issues shares consideration other than cash. That means the company did not collect any amount but issues shares for 4 different cases. I hope this is very clear for you. So please, if it is very useful, don't forget to share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.